Have you ever wondered why some du'as feel unanswered despite your sincerity? The truth may be hidden in a subtle mistake many overlook: shirk in du'a. Even unknowingly, relying on someone or something other than Allah can weaken your worship and block the blessings of your prayers. In this life-changing reminder, we will uncover this hidden error, learn how the Prophets alayhi salam and companions Razi Allah Ta'ala Anhu perfected their reliance, and discover how to make every dua pure and powerful. Shirk in dua refers to a spiritual imbalance where devotion meant for Allah becomes mixed with dependence on others. It often appears quietly, without a person realizing its seriousness. This can occur through words spoken casually, beliefs held in the heart, or habits learned culturally rather than from authentic faith. This mistake weakens the connection between the servant and Allah because it shifts hope, fear, or reliance away from the one who hears all and responds to all. Even if actions seem religious, the inner direction of the heart matters deeply. Understanding this helps a believer protect faith, correct intentions, and preserve the true essence of sincere worship. Hidden shirk appears when a person outwardly turns to Allah but inwardly depends on people or means with absolute trust. While using resources is part of life, believing they work on their own crosses a spiritual boundary. Wealth, status, medicine, or influential individuals can slowly replace reliance on Allah in the heart. When success or relief is expected only through these means, fear and hope become attached to creation instead of the Creator. This silent shift damages sincerity and weakens faith. True belief requires recognizing that every means functions only by Allah's permission, and all outcomes remain entirely under His control. Calling upon the dead or unseen beings for help is a serious deviation because it directs a sacred act toward those who cannot hear or respond. No matter how righteous a person may have been in life, they hold no authority after death to answer prayers or remove harm. Such practices often arise from emotional attachment or cultural traditions rather than true knowledge. They create a false sense of closeness to Allah while actually placing barriers between the servant and divine mercy. Islam teaches that access to Allah requires no intermediaries. Turning directly to Him preserves the purity of belief and protects the soul from spiritual loss. Believing that someone possesses independent power to benefit or harm deeply contradicts the foundation of faith. This belief may develop when fear of people becomes stronger than trust in Allah, or when success is attributed entirely to a human source. Such thinking reshapes the heart's priorities, causing obedience, hope, or dread to revolve around creation. Over time, this weakens humility before Allah and inflates the role of others beyond their true limits. Islam teaches that all strength, protection, and provision come from Allah alone. People are merely instruments, and their influence exists only within the boundaries set by His will. Tawheed in dua means turning to Allah with an undivided heart, recognizing that no request is too small or too great for Him. It is the act of asking while fully believing that only Allah decides the response, the timing, and the outcome. When Tawheed is present, the heart finds peace even before the answer arrives. There is no desperation toward creation and no disappointment tied to people. Every need, fear, and hope is placed before Allah alone. This purity transforms dua into a source of strength, sincerity, and deep spiritual connection that protects faith from confusion and doubt. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ consistently guided his followers to ask Allah directly, without hesitation or intermediaries. He taught that when you seek help, seek it from Allah, and when you ask Allah alone. His supplications reflected complete humility, honesty, and dependence on the Creator. Through his teachings, it becomes clear that dua is not limited to specific times or needs. He encouraged turning to Allah in hardship, ease, fear, and hope. This direct relationship strengthens faith and builds confidence that Allah hears every whisper, responds with wisdom, and never abandons those who rely on him sincerely. The Prophets ﷺ lived lives of complete submission, facing trials that left no support except Allah. In moments of fear, loss, and hardship, they turned only to him, showing that true reliance is proven during difficulty. Their stories teach that strength comes from trust, not from numbers or power. The companions Razi Allah Ta'ala Anhu followed this path with unwavering faith. Despite weakness in resources, their hearts remained firm. They sought Allah before every decision and remained patient with his decree. Their example shows that victory, guidance, and honor come through reliance on Allah, not dependence on creation. Incorrect words spoken in worship can slowly reshape belief without a person realizing it. Statements that exaggerate the power of people or reduce reliance on Allah may seem harmless, yet they reflect what the heart accepts as truth. Over time, repeated phrases can weaken awareness of Allah's authority. Actions also play a role in invalidating sincerity. Performing acts of worship for approval, protection, or praise shifts the purpose away from Allah. When intentions are mixed, the spiritual value of Ibadah decreases. Islam emphasizes mindfulness of both speech and intention, because worship is accepted not by form alone, but by the purity of what the heart truly seeks. Sincerity in dua means directing every word and feeling exclusively toward Allah, free from hidden desires for status, attention, or influence. A dua that carries even a trace of reliance on others or self-interest loses part of its spiritual power. The heart must remain fully aware that only Allah controls outcomes and that no other being can grant what He wills. Correct belief ensures that hope, fear, and gratitude are reserved for Allah alone. When intentions are pure, dua becomes a transformative act, strengthening faith, aligning the heart with divine guidance, and turning every request into a means of closeness to Allah. When dua is made with pure tawheed, its impact extends beyond immediate needs. A heart fully devoted to Allah experiences peace, patience, and contentment, knowing that every outcome is under His control. Such reliance strengthens Iman and removes anxiety tied to worldly uncertainties. This purity also affects life decisions, relationships, and personal growth, because actions are guided by trust in Allah rather than fear or dependence on others. Spiritually, it elevates worship, making every prayer a source of connection and mercy. In the Akhirah, sincere tawheed in dua becomes a means of salvation, reward, and closeness to Allah, securing both this life and the next. Always remember, true duas are accepted when your heart relies solely on Allah, free from any hidden dependence on creation. By purifying your intentions and practicing tawheed, your worship becomes stronger, your faith deeper, and your life more blessed. May Allah guide us all to make sincere, powerful duas that bring ease, mercy, and success. If this reminder touched your heart, share it, subscribe to Graceful Deen, and comment below, "My dua is only for Allah," as a sign of your sincerity.